Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Star Wars Supremacy, playing as the Empire. So we conquered Denab and Bortrush last time. Now we're trying to rush to get these their infrastructure back up and running. I did get 2 construction yards in the process, which is kind of cool. So that'll save me a little bit of deployment time. Let's go ahead and build a shield. There we go, make sure that Bortrush is properly defended. Speaking of which, Coruscant no longer is properly defended, but it does have shields, so I'm not too worried about it right now. The Emperor is currently working on diplomacy in Bortrush to try and get them back to my side. He's not the best at that job, but he's not bad. Denab is currently neutral, but getting better. Actually, a lot of the worlds in the Sluis sector are not very loyal. If I removed all troops, a lot of them would flip back to neutrality. But I'm not going to do that. We do have troops. 1 troop regiment hanging over Umgul. If I could fill that up with troops, I would invade Umgul and take over there, which would be pretty good, I think. Research and Development has transmitted a message. Yes, I know what that guy would say. We got an LNR Series 2, better planetary batteries. Well, that's nice. Not really relevant at the moment. Palion will go to Coruscant to help the Emperor. Smuggling losses end on Bortrush, which means the Emperor... Well, no. I was going to say the Emperor actually did his job, but it sounds like maybe more TIE fighters have arrived, and that's why... Have any TIE fighters arrived? No? Well, then why did smuggling losses end? Maybe... Yep, my Imperial Army regiments arrived. Didn't they arrive a while ago? Well, I don't know. It's something. It's something. Sabotage mission to Coruscant. Oh, you better believe he's trying to take down those planetary shields right now because he thinks that my fleet is not going to protect me. And he's right, it's not there right now. But that doesn't mean that I am defenseless by any stretch of the imagination. Alright, Bin Asada, you've done enough on Drawl. Go to Trawlus, let's top us up over there. And I probably should start looking at conquering a world over in the Corellian sector pretty soon, too. Unfortunately, as it is, I did just delete my only shipbuilding facility in this sector last time, so I would have to build a ship and send it down. We do have more mines currently being built. It is worth noting, by the way, that when you first colonize a world, like I did down here, you'll see that it has no loyalty bar. That's because while it is militarily occupied, it does not actually have any civilians working there, so there is no loyalty. When you build your first civilian structure, whether that be a construction yard or in this case a mine, suddenly there's a loyalty bar, and they start off 100% loyal in the Outer Rim. So if you like seeing those big stars, then colonizing the Rim is for you. Algarian, pretty good world. The Ugly Mother is finding all sorts of things now that she has nothing left to offer. No more troops. I could remove a troop from Zebitrope, the 4th planet of the Zebitrope system. But if I did that, because there's no civilians, removing troops would mean that this falls back into a neutral world. So, Womrick has a single mining colony. Doesn't sound very useful to me, so we're going to ignore it. Research and Development found TIE interceptors! Those are good. Okay, well, knowing that, Yaga Miner, stop. Stop what you're doing. What are you doing? Don't do it. Don't do it. No more TIE fighters. We are building TIE interceptors. Now, let's take a quick look at and compare this a little bit. So, TIE fighters cost 3 materials, refined materials. You can't build anything with raw materials, by the way. You have to refine them before you can spend them. I don't know if I've made that clear. You have to build mines to get materials, and you have to have refineries to turn them into something you can use. But that's your primary currency. TIE fighters have an attack strength of 5, and that's all that they tell me. Okay. Well, as opposed to that, the TIE Interceptor has an attack strength of 8. It's also worth noting, even though this isn't a stat that is shown, TIE Interceptors are a lot faster than the TIE Fighters. They're really fast. They're as fast as the A-Wings are for the Alliance. So I generally just outright prefer TIE Interceptors for pretty much everything. And frankly, I think they actually, yes, they definitely cost the same amount of resources. So there's no reason, none at all, to continue building TIE fighters once you have these developed. Literally no reason to build a TIE fighter ever again that I can think of. If you can think of a reason that I'm just not thinking of, tell me, but I'd be shocked if you were. Shocked! Shocked and appalled! You have not adequately supported me on this mission, and it has failed. Oh, aren't you spooky? Blame everyone else for your problems, Palpatine. See how well that gets you. Alright, Darth Vader, go ahead and stop there. Let's get some more diplomacy going on Trollis. And you know what? Let's go ahead and take the Medusa, create a new fleet with that. Actually, nope, I don't. That's the only one I have. Okay. Send you there. Smoking losses are back because there's not as much of a blockade. That's fine. We're going to send the Medusa down here so we can have some pretty basic troop transportation capability. I may very well want to grab Tallus, although, truth be told, one of those is not going to be enough. So before I take over any planets in the Corellian sector, I'm going to finish exploring with the Ugly Mother, then I'm going to send it back to Duros. And 4 troop regiments should be enough to prevent most rebellions or uprisings. Long enough for a diplomat to get in there and fix things. Alright. You'll notice I haven't really done anything in the Farfin sector. I mean, really, I got 3 planets just so I'd have a pretty strong foothold in the area, but I haven't done anything ever since. And that's because I decided I really want to focus my efforts on these 3 sectors, make sure I dominate these as much as possible. You know, you can try to split yourself up, but sometimes all you're doing is just hurting yourself, you know? Sometimes you're just making it harder. Alright, Bortress, you know what? You're actually valuable to me. I'm going to build 2 advanced construction yards. And ironically, by the time these are here, you're going to be a better manufacturing powerhouse than Coruscant, even though we have 5. That's just how good advanced construction yards are. They are literally twice as good as a regular construction yard. So you want to have those whenever you can. Denab officially supports the Empire. In fact, it's pretty darn loyal, really. It's interesting. We're going to send the fleet regiments over here. There you go. And we're going to send... not that. Oh, I forgot I had these guys. Gosh dang. You know, they should add Mara Jade into this game. I think that would be appropriate, don't you? Don't you think that? Don't you think that? I do. I know that I do. Okay. Well, Befesh, do you have more... Oh, right. Veers has nothing to do anymore because all the troop research is complete. So let's go ahead and send 2 more over there. And we will fill up on Umgul. And then we will actually go ahead and finish the mission here. And we will send these guys to the fleet. And then we will conquer Umgul and take their 3 construction yards away from them. Now this one will probably need all 6 of my troops to prevent an uprising. Most likely. And that's okay. I'm alright with that. But yeah, alright. Gamora is actually a fairly good planet as well. You may recall the pig people from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi. You know, it's occurring to me that the people who have never seen Star Wars... First off, I don't know why you're watching this, because it's not going to make any sense. I mean, it's still a fun game. I like it anyway. But it's not going to make a whole lot of sense to you. But anyway, it occurs to me that those who don't know what this is, I sound like a ridiculous nerd just making up words. And I'm fully aware that that's what it sounds like I'm doing. Fully aware. Alright, you know what, Befesh, you get an extra training facility because I could really use some sped up troop training capabilities. Although ironically, I do believe because my troop training facilities are so strong, or at least I have so many good troop training facilities right now, I suspect that's what's keeping me in a deficit of resources, because even if they're building quickly enough, that I keep churning out more units. And I should tell this guy to stop managing garrisons, but the problem is, I know that there are worlds here and there, like Orto, for example, who, no, sorry, not Orto, that's a bad example. Bothawi, for example, who don't have any troops, and I wouldn't notice that. So, whatever. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do an espionage mission on Umgul. I'm going to make Labinsat the decoy, because I don't like his face, because he's an ugly guy. And we'll do a little espionage. If they get caught, I don't mind that much, because I'm about to invade the world, and I'll be able to free them. So, not a huge deal. Units arrive, shipyards idle, diplomacy, no effect on Trawlus, or Tallus, or whichever one that is. Fortress is actually getting back on track, and as soon as the shield is done, I will move the fleet back to Coruscant. And doop. Alright. Fleet goes back. There we go. Fortress is loyal enough that I shouldn't have to worry about smuggling at this point, so we're good. Alright, well, you have more construction yards on the way, so you're only going to get better over time. Let's take a look at some resource planets. You know what? We could use some more mines on Coruscant. So why don't you do that for me? 3? It'll take 120 days, you say? Haha. Once these 2 arrive, I'm sure that'll get cut down to like 40. Not a big deal. Okay. Doop doop, nothing important there. If there's anything that Star Wars Rebellion teaches you, it's how to skim through what you think is important. Like, for example, whenever I hit this button, like I see it's diplomacy, I click it, and I just look here. That's immediately where my eyes go, and if I just look to see if it increased or had no effect, and then I just go back. It's like, doop, doop, that's it. I don't read anything else he says. And it becomes such a reflex at some point. Oh, good. My construction yard's idle here, so let's go ahead and build an advanced one and speed things up in this sector so that I can start making use of all of your mining potential. Nailed it. Recovered that one just fine. Alright, Ord Mantell. Meh. 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 It's not that good. Not that bad, but it's not that good. Well, aren't you special? Oh, shut up. Everyone's making noise. Stop it. Up. Sluice Fan finished something. Alright, that's good. Mon Calamari would be a good target for a couple more mines, so let's build those. I am shocked how many of these I'm having to build before I see any indication that it's working. It's actually kind of making me a little sad. Alright, well, everyone has arrived, so let's make Veers a general. General Veers. You guys may remember him from Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in the Battle of Hoth. Once again, a bunch of meaningless mumble-jumble for all you non-Star Wars viewers out there, but yeah. Let's go ahead and finish the espionage mission, otherwise I'll just cancel it prematurely, and you know, that never happens. Whoop! Fortress under blockade. Oh, the rebellion thought they'd come by and make sure that I didn't build a shield, or they were just going to go bombard the crud out of it. Sorry, guys. Hate to ruin your fun, but I did. You're not actually still there, are you? No, you're not. Okay. I actually probably could have popped over at Uvenna and tried to give them a bad time, but... Alright. We got information, and we also got information about a planet called Vagrin. Well, first off, what do we got? Han Solo. Hello. Can I capture you? Is that even an option? I doubt it. Heavily. What's your detection rating? 10? I'm not sure where the math is on this. I'm curious if I could capture Han Solo. The thing is, so long as I have Umgul blockaded, they're not going anywhere. They could try, and you know, you can't actually make you can't actually tell your personnel to leave a blockaded planet, but there's a chance that they'll get caught. Not usually recommended. So as long as I'm blockading this planet, I know that they're not going anywhere. That's 4 personnel that he's not making use of. But does that mean I want to conquer it anyway? I mean, if I had a bigger fleet and a better chance of capturing him, I'd feel a lot happier. I'm going to build a couple TIE interceptors here for good measure. I don't know. I actually don't know. I would like to take these guys on a trip to try and capture as many of these people as possible, so I know they're not going anywhere. You know, it's like a story of the body snatchers. You know, invasion of the body snatchers. It's basically what I'm doing as the Empire, because we are spooky like that. No effects. No effects. Construction yard idle on Presselton. You know what? Now's a good enough time to go ahead and build another advanced construction yard on Presselton. So we'll do that. Coruscant is bored and has nothing to do. That's fine. Let's go ahead and start upgrading you as well. And that means that Bortress should have... what? Oh, dang. Okay. You know what? I regret scrapping that one. Okay, so because the rebellion blockaded my planet for ever so, for a little while, they actually interrupted the transportation of another advanced construction yard, which slows me down, which makes me feel like a big dummy. But okay, that was interesting. I just watched the popular support on Sullust go down as soon as my Dark Trooper arrived. Sometimes the people don't like having a planetary garrison. I don't know why, but sometimes they don't. What was that? Oh, no! Bortress, at least Zhurgerod knows what he's doing. You know what, Emperor Palpatine? I'm sick of listening to you complain. Because you're a whiny little snitch, that's why. So why don't you go back to Coruscant? Give everyone a better leadership rating, just in case that ends up being important. And then I'll just let, my actual experts. Paleon? I always called him Paleon, but now that I look at it, Paleon. I don't know. Diplomacy rating of 107, and actually he's a better diplomat than Zhurgerod? Oh my gosh. I used to think that nobody could beat Zhurgerod or Piet at their job, but wow, I'm impressed. Alright, well, the Ugly Mother... oh, there we go, another good planet. Man, Ugly Mother, as soon as you deposited all of your troops everywhere, you found everything cool. Gamor, Algarian, Klatooine. A lot of good planets down there. I'm disappointed. Wee bit disappointed, wee bit. Anyway, alright, so we'll send that back up to Duros. You're gonna finish what you're doing on the 10th, or day 410. And then we'll go ahead and send some more troops. Nope, you're a little delayed because I'm out of resources. Whoa, I saw that go up for a split second there. No, don't build those, they're expensive. Just get me some basic troops. 4 Imperial Army regiments will be fine. Capital ship repaired. The Ebony attached to Fleet 2. Which one was Fleet 2 again? Was it this one? Yes. So one of my Karak light cruisers is actually repaired. How's the Hunter doing? Oh wow, it actually took a little hull damage, and its shields went down. Wow, so when I did fight the X-Wings and Y-Wings, they did manage to actually do some substantial damage to my Victory Destroyer. That's upsetting. Oops. In hyperspace, I know, may not receive commands, you may blah 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 blah. I'm sorry! Ugh, don't like listening to you. I mean, he's a cooler droid than C-3PO, I think, but still. Blah blah blah. Okay, we have a lot of construction yards idle, so let's take a quick look-see. Coruscant finished that one. Let's finish the job at Bortress. You'll see it only takes 8 days to build now as opposed to 12, so even adding on just one advanced construction yard has made a pretty big difference. In fact, let's go ahead and finish the job at Presselton. There we go. Man, the Sluice sector is going to be filled with all manner of construction yards. It'll actually be okay. It'll be okay with me. Not opposed to that necessarily. Alright, Trollus? Do I want to start building some shipyards? Over Drawl, perhaps? Maybe? Could be good. I don't have advanced shipyards yet, do I? No. So I'm not going to bother. I'm going to continue working on my current infrastructure. Scrap this. Build a construction yard. There we go. Oh, wait. You have room for more. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and do another espionage mission, because I forgot these guys existed. Vagrin. That'll work fine. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop. There. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. These guys arrived yet? They have. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and actually make the Ebony into a new fleet. And I'm doing that just for ease of access for me, so that I can just move all of them over there, and instead of having to fish through this personnel tab, I can just do everything here. So I got a bounty hunter, 2 bounty hunters, 3 bounty hunters, if Labinsat counts, and an Imperial officer named Dela. Who are you? The only female admiral in the Imperial Navy, one of the most brilliant military strategists in the Empire, currently in command of the late Grand Moff Tarkin's Special Weapons Development Task Force. I'm trying to remember if I've actually read a book with you in it, where they were developing the Sun Crusher in the Gaping Maw system. I don't remember. Huh. I'll have to look that up sometime. Alright, well, I think this is enough for this episode, so thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with Star Wars Supremacy. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.